To introduce myself on your programs, Sue Salthouse, who is a member of the ACCAN board and a chair of our disability issues body. And I would like to acknowledge ACCAN itself, because I think you'll notice that we're now stepping up the pace of robustly pursuing consumer communication concerns. And I'd like to particularly acknowledge Gunilla for her many years of work in ICT and advocacy for people with disabilities. Now, ACCAN recently formed a standing advisory committee on disability issues, so we go by the acronym of SACTI, and it's my honour to be its inaugural chair. And I welcome two members of SACTI here today who both have a great deal of expertise in innovative ICT and accessibility. And this is our first public appearance in our SACTI role. So now we all know, I think, in the room that ICT breaks down inclusion barriers for people with disabilities. And for people with disabilities, I like to think that it has a AAA rating, what we want to do, and that's those three words on your program of accessibility, affordability and availability. Now, we may concentrate a little bit. No, we can't get away. Those all three are inextricably locked together. And Gov 2.0 that we've come to talk about today is a means for participatory democracy. So if Government 2.0 initiatives are for the greater engagement of citizens, there are imperatives of inclusion that we need to involve all citizens. And that means all Australians with disabilities as well. Now, others today here are going to emphasise the rights basis on which we make this claim for inclusion. And there are many specific references to information technologies and information itself in our Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which has now been in force in Australia since August 2008. We also have a strengthened Disability Discrimination Act, plus a vigilant Human Rights Commission, thanks Graham for that, because the Human Rights Commission stands ready to support people with disabilities whose rights to access to information and new technologies have been breached. And we all know as Australians the importance of ICT to all Australians. A recent report said in 2008, 2/3 of people use the internet at least once a month, and 30% use it for most of their government interactions. So it is in vital importance that we make this level of interaction accessible to all. And in the context of the Gov 2.0 forum, I have to make mention of something else that's happened this week, and that is that the government's momentous announcement on Monday that as part of the NDS, the Productivity Commission is going to undertake a feasibility study into the long-term care and support for people with disabilities. That was extremely important. But I think for us here today, of great importance was the announcement of incorporating that National Disability Strategy right into the COAG National Reform Agenda. And that is where we want to sit. Because SACTI and ACCAN have been already urging that there is not sufficient input about ICT in the National Disability Strategy preliminary things. I'd also like to salute the work that was done in Gov 2.0 by the Department of Finance and Regulation. And AGIMO, and I'm never quite sure how to pronounce the acronym, so AGIMO, said that a report that they did consulting with Government Online revealed a collective citizens' desire for blog engagement and a lack of engagement. So we've got a long way to go to really bringing people up to where we want them to participate. And I have to reveal at this stage my favourite government-related blog, and one place that I do go to browse about federal government, ACT government, community and local happenings is to put the one word KateLundy into the browser. And through your site, Kate, I learned more about the GovHack Symposium, which I'd only heard briefly about on the radio. I learned about mashups. and went through the back door back to the government task force to look at this incredible citizen government tool. So I really enjoy that public space of your website, Kate, and those initiatives are what we're talking about for open access. But I have to conclude to say my access to all these Government 2.0 initiatives is limited only by my technological backwardness. But for many people with disabilities, the barriers are poor attention to that AAA rating. And today's task is to increase our ability to improve those AAAs for all people with disabilities. But I'd like at this stage to hand over to the expertise gathered here and hope that we all enjoy and learn from today.